Hi everyone, welcome to our biology class. Today we are going to start a new chapter from 9th standard biology, that is the third chapter, the simple nutrients into the cells. That is the name of the chapter, simple nutrients into the cells. Now we have already explained about what are the simple nutrients, how they are absorbed into the blood or body, such all the things that were explained in the last classes or in the last chapter. Okay, now the simple nutrients are ready to be absorbed. Okay, then how it is to be absorbed, that was explained. Then after absorption, how it is transmitted or how it is supplied to all the cells in the body, which are the organs taking part in that process, how it is functioning, and what are the major parts of such particular organs, such things, or what are the organ system related to that all, or such all things are to be studied in this chapter. Okay, so once again I welcome all the students. I welcome your attention to this chapter, because this is somehow a chapter that need more attention. Then only the main points and the main ideas are to be grasped very well by you. That is why you have to attend the class in such a manner. Okay, sincere attention is needed. Okay, yeah. So by saying that, we can enter into the chapter. What was the chapter? Simple nutrients into the cells. That is the name of the chapter. Okay, then we can go through the chapter. Absorption is completed. Where? From the second chapter. Now after absorption, nutrients are where? In the blood, where? In the small intestine. From there, that nutrients are to be reached in each and every cell in the body, wherever it is. So each cell should get all the nutrients, and oxygen is also to be supplied to all the cells. So oxygen should be there in all the cells, and the nutrients should reach in all the cells. How it can reach in the cells, that is the matter to discuss in this chapter. So mainly the distribution of oxygen and nutrients are done with the help of what? Blood. Okay, how the blood is able to supply all these kinds of materials? Because the structure of the blood is in such a way that is helpful or that is useful for supplying these nutrients and oxygens, or nutrients and oxygen. Okay, so the structure of the blood. So first of all, we have to study what is the structure of the blood for having such a capacity to supply all these nutrients and oxygen. So what the blood contain, that is the first point that we have to discuss. As you know, from the lower class itself you might have studied, blood contain mainly two parts. Blood contain mainly two parts. They are a fluid part called plasma. Blood contain two parts. One part is the plasma. Second part is blood cells. Blood cells and plasma. So the fluid part of the blood is called plasma, and other part or the solid part is called blood cells. Okay, then mostly the 55% of the blood, that is contain the plasma, and the balance 45% is occupied by blood cells. So most part that contained in the blood is what? Plasma, that is the fluid part, and it is a pale yellow colored fluid, light yellow colored fluid. It is what? The plasma. You might have seen the plasma when you have a small wound, a scratch, when you fall on the road or on the ground, a scratch will be there, bleeding may not be there. In such a situation, a fluid part will be coming out of the wound. That is what is called what? Plasma. Okay, so it is a pale yellow colored fluid and it contains many materials that we will discuss later. Then blood cells are there in what? In the plasma, because plasma is more in content, and that's why the blood cells are in the plasma. Okay, then another point related to plasma is the nutrients like amino acid, glucose, fatty acid, glycerol. These are the main 4 nutrients. These nutrients after digestion is directly absorbed into what? Into the plasma, or these nutrients are supplied through the plasma, supplied to the cells through the plasma. So such an important fluid is what? The plasma. So plasma is a pale yellow colored fluid seen in the blood, and that will come about 55% of the total volume of the blood, and the blood cells, they are occupied in the plasma. There are 3 types of blood cells that we can discuss about blood cells first. That is only few points that will come, only a few points. First one is RBC. RBC means red blood cells. Red blood cells. It's a type of blood cells. We will discuss about it in the coming classes. RBC. Second one is WBC. WBC means white blood cells. So red blood cells, white blood cells. Then the third one is platelets. Third one is platelets. So which are the 3 types of blood cells? RBC or red blood cells, then WBC or white blood cells, and the third one platelets. These are the 3 types of blood cells seen in our blood. But normally we cannot see the plasma, we cannot see the blood cells, because when we take the blood out of the body, at the moment it will be clotted, or it will form the blood clot, or it will be coagulated. Okay, if you are taking a test tube full of blood and if you are keeping open or closed, it will be clotted, or it will be coagulated, or blood clot may be formed. Such a nature is there for whom? For the blood. When the blood come in contact with air, it will be clotted. So we cannot see the plasma. Then how can we see the plasma? For seeing the plasma, after taking the blood into the test tube, from the syringe it will be converted into the, or it will be changed into the test tube. Then at the time, one chemical is also, one enzyme is also to be added to that blood, then it will not be clotted. That chemical or that enzyme is called anticoagulant. Anticoagulant, or it's a substance that will prevent the clotting of the blood. Such chemicals are there. Then one example is EDTA. EDTA, that means ethylene. E for ethylene, ethylene diamine, D for diamine, T tetra, A for acetic acid. Simple name. Ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. It's a chemical. If we are adding this chemical into what? Into the blood after taking in a test tube, so if you are adding EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, 1 or 2 drop only needed to a test tube full of blood. Then after few minutes you can see the 2 layers of the blood. On the top you can see the fluid part, and at the bottom you can see the second part, that is the blood cells. You can see. So how can we see the plasma? For seeing the plasma, the chemical EDTA is to be added into the blood, and that the test tube or that setting is to be kept for a few minutes. Then the fluid part and the blood cells, that will be seen as separate layers. Okay, so these are about, or these are the introduction part of this chapter. Okay, so once again I am asking or rewinding that the fluid part of the blood is called plasma. What is the color of the plasma? Pale or light yellow color. Then what the plasma contain? Plasma contain many things that is going to be discussed, and the plasma contain mainly what? Blood cells. Which are the blood cells? The blood cells are three types. They are RBC or red blood cells, then WBC or white blood cells, and the last platelets. Okay, yes. Then we can go to the functions, or which are the contents of plasma. Plasma is another world, so many points are to be studied about plasma, that we will discuss now. Mainly, look, plasma, I told you, plasma is coming about 55% of the total volume of the blood. Then in this plasma, most part, that is, look, 90 to 92% of the plasma is water. 90 to 92% of the plasma is water. I told you, it is a fluid part, so that fluidness is coming with the most part, that is what is water. It come up to the 90% of the plasma. Okay, total volume of the blood, there 55% is plasma. Then out of the quantity of plasma, 90%, from 90 to 92% come water. Okay, then 7 to 8% it is protein. The protein in the plasma is called plasma protein. How much percentage? 7 to 8%. Okay, then plasma protein is three type. One is albumin, first one. Another one, globulin, albumin, globulin. Next, fibrinogen. These are the three plasma protein. So plasma contain 90% water, 7 to 8% protein. That protein is three types of protein is present in the plasma. They are albumin, globulin, and fibrinogen. Okay. Then the function of albumin is it helps to regulate BP. BP means blood pressure. Helps to regulate blood pressure. If you are writing, write completely. Help to regulate blood pressure. That means, the pressure of the body is maintained in a border level or in a secure level by the help of albumin. Okay. Yes. Next, globulin, it helps in defense. Helps in defense means when any microorganism or pathogens enter the body, they are destroyed and the health of the body is maintained by whom? The globulin. That's why it is having the function of defense. Okay. Yeah. Next and the last one is fibrinogen. Fibrinogen means It is a protein that helps for blood clotting or blood coagulation. Two words are there, clotting or coagulation. That means if there is a wound on the body, bleeding will be there. After few minutes, that means when that blood come in contact with the air, the blood or bleeding will be stopped and there will be a clot formed on that particular area. That clot or clotting, that coagulation, that's done with the help of fibrinogen. You will study this in detail in 10th standard. Okay. So these are the three what? Plasma protein. They are called plasma protein because they are protein. They are present where? In the plasma. That's why they are called plasma protein. That is the other factor, 1% of the plasma. That come the other factors, 1% only. There many things are there. Look, salt, fat, sugar, hormones. Look, the other factors are salt, fat, sugar, hormone, and one more thing, urea. So these are the contents of what? Plasma. Look, so plasma contain many things. First, water, most part is water. Then 7 to 8% it is occupied by what? The plasma protein. 3 plasma protein is there. Their functions is also discussed. Which are they? First, albumin helps to regulate the blood pressure. Globulin helps to maintain the defense of the body. And fibrinogen helps in coagulation or clotting of the blood. Okay. Then 1% is the other factors. They are contained in very less quantity. They are salt, fat, sugar, hormone, and urea. These are the contents of the what? Plasma. Okay. So the introductory part of this chapter is this. Okay. So blood, content of the blood, how it can be seen. One chemical name you have to remember, EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. Okay, when it is added into the blood taken in the test tube, it will not be coagulated or it will not clot. Okay, then after few minutes, 2 layers are present. The topmost layer will be the plasma and the bottommost layer will be the blood cells. Okay, these are. Then other factors that also were discussed. Clear? If you have any doubt in any part, you want to watch the video again and prepare your own short note. That will be useful and helpful for you. So then again, if you have doubt, you can contact me. Okay, so study very well. Then make a habit of studying daily and up to date by preparing short note. That is a good method for the students doing in such a way or studying in such a way. They will not have the problem of forgetting. Okay, so I wish a wonderful success to all of you with great achievement. Thank you. Have a nice day.